everybody. Thanks for stopping in. Today's episode is crock pot butter beans. Some people call them lima beans. Down here in the South, we call them butter beans. I grew up on these things. My grandmother and my parents used to make these usually on Sunday after church with some cast iron skillet cornbread. I'm going to be making my butter beans with some ham hocks, some bacon, a few other ingredients that make it so delicious. So let's get started. You know, soak, don't soak, some do, some don't, I do. After rinsing and sorting my beans, I like to go ahead and soak my beans for about 24 hours. After my beans have soaked overnight, I want to go ahead and drain the soak water and then give my beans a good rinse. After you've rinsed your beans, go ahead and return them to the pot. We want to fill the pot with enough water, I say about 2 to 3 inches above the beans. Then I want to boil these beans for about 10 minutes to help remove all the natural toxins that are naturally in dried beans. In the meantime, I'm going to add some ham hocks to a pot of water. Now, ham hocks takes a long time to cook, usually 2 to 3 hours. Also want to add a large chicken bouillon cube to help flavor that broth that's naturally created by the ham hocks. But once it starts to boil, just cover it up, reduce the heat, and simmer for about 2 to 3 hours. And after that time, guys, look at this. That meat is falling off those ham hocks. Go ahead and turn off your heat and set those aside for now. Now, I'm concerned with food safety with cooking in a crock pot. You know, crock pots usually temperature-wise is about 170 to 280, but you want to keep your food in a safe zone. I don't want to put my food in a cold crock pot and leave my food in that questionable zone for too long. So I go ahead and preheat my crock pot on high for about 30 minutes before I add any of my ingredients. In the meantime, next fry up some bacon. Makes everything taste better. Take about a half of an onion. We want to saute this in the bacon grease. Add some salt. To help them sweat, we want to cook these about, I'll say 3 to 5 minutes until they're translucent or softened. Go ahead and take a metal spatula, scrape up all those great brown bacon bits at the bottom of that skillet that helps flavor these onions even more. After your onions are done, go ahead and add some garlic, saute them for only about 30-45 seconds because you don't want your garlic to burn. After your beans have been boiling on the stove for about 10 minutes, go ahead and drain them, discard the boiling water, but don't rinse your beans. Now, in our preheated crock pot, we want to go ahead and add our beans. Next, just add your ham hocks and the broth created from the ham hocks and that chicken bouillon cube. You may have to adjust your water level. Just make sure your beans are covered just slightly. Next, just add your bacon, your onion garlic mixture, some sugar, helps balance out all those flavors, some celery salt, some Slap Ya Mama Cajun seasoning, some dried parsley, and some coarse black pepper. And a stick of butter. Yeah, I said a full stick of butter. Really gives this dish a real rich flavor. Give it a stir. Look at that. Don't that look good? It smells amazing already. Go ahead and cover it up. Leave it on high. And we're going to cook this for about 2 hours on high. And then after that, reduce it to low and cook it for the remaining time of about 1 hour. Don't take your top off, especially during the first hour and a half, 2 hours. You lose about 15 degrees every time you do, and you lose about 30 minutes cooking time every time you take that top off. So leave it on. And after about 2.5, 3 hours, guys, your beans are ready. Serve them up with some cast iron skillet cornbread. I guarantee you'll love this dish. It's easy to do and so tasty. If you like this video, guys, please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. I can't wait to eat this and watch some football and drink some beer. But until next time, guys, I really appreciate you watching. I hope you give this dish a try, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye, y'all.